Hello, welcome back to Cameron Designs, and today we're finishing the tube sock. So we're going to work on the toe, which we're going to do one round of knit two together, and that's every stitch, and then we're going to knit around, and then we're going to repeat those once more, and then we'll pull the yarn through the remaining stitches, and I'll show you how to do that. So what I'm working on here is I already put a stitch on, so I'm going to need to pull that back off. And I'm keeping it on these needles until it gets too difficult, and then I'll switch to my double pointed needles. Okay, so now I just want to knit two together all the way around. Okay, here. Let me get my yarn here out of the way. Yeah, and if I can pick up the yarn, there we go. Okay. And it does feel a little more difficult on these smaller needles because you don't have a lot of cord to maneuver here. So by knitting two together all the way around, you're basically cutting your stitches in half, your number in half. I'm going to have to get my double pointed needles out to do them. Switch to my double pointed needles, I think, after this round. I need to get some yarn here. And it's, of course, going from the outside of the skein, so it wants to flip-flop everywhere. And I'll be happy to finish these socks, not because I didn't like making them, but because I really want to wear them. They're very comfortable. At least the one I did before is very comfortable. I'm getting there. I can feel my stitch marker. My stitch is closer to the end here. I'm not talking much because I'm kind of focusing on this. I need to turn my work here. It's getting twisted. And I think I really liked doing these socks, so I might make another video on doing tube socks, but maybe a different size needle, or even doing them on a magic loop style. I'm not sure what I'll do for the next project series. I thought about finishing up some of my projects that I have started and not finished. I have a shawl I'm working on, a tablet case, a cowl, and a pair of socks for my brother. So I'll pick probably one of those projects to, oh, and I have a hooded cowl I'm also working on. So if any of those sound interesting to see, let me know in the comments. Okay, so we finished that first round of the knit two together. Now I'm going to do a round of knit. And I think I'm going to switch to my double pointed needles just because I think it's going to get tight when I go to do my next round of knit two together. So let me pull my double pointed needles out. I'm not sure how many I'll want to use. So I'm just going to take that off. I need a end here so I know which one is my first needle. Okay, and I'm just going to knit around. And I wanted to put even numbers on my needles here so it'll be easier to knit two together. I'll do two more onto this needle here. Okay, so that gives me 2, 4, 6, 8 on that needle. Now we will switch to another needle. My yarn is, there we go. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on that one. I think we'll do 10 on this one. 9, 10. Okay, I gotta turn my sock here. There we go. Two, three, 4. Oops. I just think I knocked a nail polish off here. I'm just going to put the remaining stitches on this needle here. Oops. Okay. And then I'm done with this needle there. So now I've got it on 3 double pointed needles. And now I want to do another round of knit two together. So if you notice, I switched my end here, my end protector, to this needle, so I know this is my beginning of my round. And because I've made sure there's even numbers on each one, it makes it a little easier. Oops. It makes it a little easier to work my stitches. Okay. I'll go to my next one here. And do my, oops, my yarn here. Oops. I keep wanting to split this yarn. I do not know why. Oh, can't get this in here. Okay. One more set on this needle. Okay. Now, my last needle here. Okay, that's my last one. Now I'm going to do one more round of just regular knit. And this does seem like a lot of stitches still, but it turned out really nice when I did the other sock. So you'll see what it looks like. And I'm just going to knit these ones onto this other one here. It'll make it easier when, let's see, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, let's see, 3, 6. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 more onto this one. And then I'll grab my other needle. I'll put one on there, turn my sock here, and then I'll knit the rest of these onto this needle. So now I just have them on 2 needles. And that'll make it easier when I go to run my yarn through them. Okay, so now I have all my stitches onto 2 needles here, and now we're just going to close it. So I need to find one of my yarn needles, which I tend to always lose them, but I know I have one in here. Okay, and I want to cut my yarn. I don't need a super long tail, but I want enough that I can weave through the stitches. And I lost my, oh, there it is. I lose my yarn needles constantly. Okay, so now I want to start with my first stitch here, and I'm just going to weave it through a couple at a time, and then I'll drop those stitches off my needle, go through a couple more stitches, drop those stitches, like that. Okay, those ones are done. Now I'll go do the same thing on this side here. Drop those off there. And my last 2. Just like that. And now I'm just going to pull it tight. And that's it. And I can weave it through some of these stitches. So it goes through a couple times. And I'm just going to weave in the end. Okay. Go through a couple more stitches here. And then what I want to do is I'm going to turn my sock inside out. But I'm going to put my hand in here, and then I'm going to poke this needle through the center of the toe. And I'm going to pull it in, and then I'm going to turn this sock inside out. It looks almost exactly the same, except here, your toe. And I'm going to just weave this in wherever I can find my little sad faces and happy faces, or smiles and frowns. And I'm just going to weave in the ends of my yarn here, and then this sock is done. Okay, so I'll just weave that in off the camera, and that's it for this sock. And here is the first one. I have not weaved in this one yet, but there you go. There is the simple tube sock. It finishes really easy. And here, let me zoom back out. So here was the tube sock, finishing it. We did the toe, which was a knit 2 all the way around, a knit, and then we repeated these 2 rounds once more, And then we just pulled the yarn through the remaining stitches. And that's it. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Remember, it's absolutely free to subscribe. It costs you nothing. And if you have an idea for another video or you want to see something done, please leave that in the comments below. Or if you just like this video, you can leave that in the comments below. I love hearing from everybody. And I think that's it. So have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!